Before it got unnerving, but I can never follow through with it.
What, putting yourself in first?
No, putting you in first and just leaving you there.
I'll just leave me there. I'd entertain myself and people. Might divulge quickly into a striptease. Yeah. I'd thought I'd keep the room a bit dimmer. I don't know. Felt like because it's a watch that I thought, oh, I'll dim the lights. Well, I just turned the light off and put the lamp on. That's all. Yeah, movie night.
Well, let's see what happens if I dim the lights.
Have you not got a lot? Oh, that's all right. I think that's all right for a watch along. They want to see this. They want to see the show, don't they? So if we keep our less bright, then that's good. That. I just that Grammarly thing was it works on this as well. I was just typing something in the chat box and it corrected the grammar. Game changer. That's gonna change my life. Can't believe I've never seen it before. It's amazing.
I'm getting on this,
and it's free as well.
I can't see my keyboard to type to look for it. So.
Yeah, I wouldn't download it now. You got to set up an account and everything, but it's game changer. You download it to your desktop and it works with like Word and everything, and we've got it on browser. It will correct all my work emails and stuff. Great stuff.
Oh, that's great. That I've heard of it, but I didn't realize.
I thought it would cost money. I just assumed it cost money. So, because
it was for businesses or something.
I told my friend about the Jesse Armstrong thing, so he was like, "Have you?" He said, "My grandma's poor because he's got an excuse. He's dyslexic, but I'm just lazy." But he said like the well, with scripts, it's more like I don't know.
The idea's out. Isn't it?
Yeah, more obviously other people just know the grammar without having to think about it. But because I didn't really care for it at school to pay attention to it, I have to think about the grammar. So then I just don't, and then I just end up. But this is because normally what I do is I'd end up copy and paste each scene into a grammar checker and have to then put it back in and stuff. It takes me hours, but this is just like that. Like you say, 88 things wrong. I think, but also what it did was it took words out. So it suggested things to me for a sentence that I thought, oh, actually, yeah, that does flow better if I take out that word. Like, so that was quite interesting. And sometimes I said, no, I like it as it is. But so there is a paid version that offers a lot more, as in like it will actually suggest like better words you could use and stuff like that, which is interesting. Imagine it's how Noel Gallagher writes lyrics. But although he's probably just AI, now he's got AI, he probably just does that now, doesn't he? Puts a song about love, enter. See what comes
Speaking
out.
Of the Gallaghers, did you see what Liam said about the new Beatles track?
Did he say it doesn't shit? He didn't say like it's nothing on Oasis's stuff or something. He didn't say that. He hasn't crossed that Rubicon, has he?
Regrettably not. He said so. He must have managed to hear it before it had been released and everything. Because someone tweeted. He tweeted saying it was amazing before it had even been released. Yeah. And then someone tweeted him and said, "Oh, is it good? Is it good, Liam?" He said, "Well, you know me with the Beatles. They could shit it. What is it? They could shit in my handbag, and I'd still put my polos in there." Which is a very Liam Gallagher thing to say.
You know what? It's funny because the way they slag off everyone else for liking bands and stuff, and yet they admit that even if a Beatles song was shit, at least we say when we think a Monkey song is shit. There's only like 2 or 3, but still, that's not our fault. The rest are good.
What are you drinking now?
Oh, it's not booze. It's just a Coke.
All right.
Friday night Coke.
Cider and black, mate.
I was thinking about it, but I don't trust myself to drink on a Friday night without it going here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah. Knowing you've got them 2 days off, it's like, oh.
Yeah. There's no reason for me not to. So, nah. But yeah, and I don't want to until we go to York now. 2 weeks dry, apart from the pod. But
what date are you in York, by the way?
I'm going on the 17th of February until the 22nd of February. Oh no, that's not right. 24th of February. February. Fucking hell, I'm losing it. November. 17th of November until the 24th of November.
I saw the thing before,
It's not an away game for County, is that day?
No. Unless, actually, if we get through in the cup and then get them in the next round, then maybe. But mind you, I think they might be out.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks in it. Yeah. I keep forgetting how we're actually into November. Scoops Ahoy from Stranger Things.
The ice cream shop? Yeah.
Yeah, they do a little pop-up thing around the country. And it's in York, but it's on like the 15th of November or something. It's in York.
Well, I go on the 17th, so you never know. If it's there for 2 days.
I think it's just a day at a time.
It's the day. Oh, that's the day. I think that's the music died. No, that's the day the market's open. So that's why it'll be there. because I realise we're going 2 days after the markets open, which is great because I don't really like the Manchester markets, but I feel like the York markets might be. Things are always better outside of your own hometown, aren't they? Like they always seem a bit more interesting.
Yeah. the Manchester Christmas markets just scream potential terror attack to me. Not even potential terror attack, inevitable terror attack.
Well, funny you say that because we won't dwell on this too long. But after
That's not.
It was the year of the Manchester bombings, and I went to the Christmas markets in December, and they had the first year they put like the bollards up so cars couldn't. Because I think just before that, someone in Belgium or somewhere had driven a.
That's right, driven through the market. Yeah. To be honest, I want to learn to drive just to drive through them with the prices they charge.
Yeah, and the people that go there. And we were there on a few drinks, me and my mate, and obviously, you may be a bit more sensitive to stuff because of that happening. And then all the lights suddenly cut out, and I absolutely shit myself. All the lights went out, and I was like, "What's going to happen?" I was like, "This is it. This is it. My dream and my nightmare." But yeah, well, we were going to. We were going to forego a list in the pre-show chat tonight, weren't we? And because there's been a bit of a sad pop culture event. I don't want to bring people down, but I feel like it's something that should be, I don't know, addressed. I don't know.
Yeah, someone who's a big part of our childhood and life, really, because you can't avoid Friends, can you? Just one of those really, probably the one that's hit me the most alongside Bowie, to be honest.
It's just something more than Bowie.
I think so as well, because I've certainly been a fan longer than I have been of Bowie.
It feels more personal. I don't think I've ever felt like I had a personal connection to Bowie. If anything, I see Bowie in the way that Blossom Man described Alex Turner, as an alien, as someone like he's not like Whereas I think genuinely, and also I listened to Bowie when he died, but I haven't been able to. I put an episode of Friends the other day and immediately turned it off before Chandler came into shot because I couldn't handle it. Put it that way, and I still haven't watched any. I think he was the first person that made me laugh in an entertainment setting, a human being. The Simpsons might lay claim to the first.
I was going to say Mr. Blobby and the Simpsons go without saying.
Dale Winton, obviously, take it as read. But no, I think because I remember Friends, because I always remember, because it's a weird child story, but I was in primary school in like year 4, so you're like maybe like 7 or 8 in year 4, are you? Yeah, like 6, 7, something like that. So it would have been around 96, and I remember distinctly that there was a school, one of those shitty school dances that you have in primary school, and I remember me and my friend were gutted because there was an episode of Friends on that we couldn't watch, so we snuck out of the dance and broke into the teacher's lounge to try and put it on the TV, and it was the episode where I think it was the episode where they're in the taxi and they go and visit Phoebe's dad in the taxi, or that one, I think it was, something like that. It was either that one or the one where they go buy Christmas presents in the taxi. I remember they were in the taxi. I think that's such a weird thing that like I was 6, 7 doing that. But yeah, so Matthew Perry, Chandler, and then I think probably, I always got called Chandler at school.
Same.
Always had that same sarcastic sense of humor, but also the sort of insecurities and I guess I famously would always find something as well to like with a woman when I'm dating. Like I'd be like, oh, she's got a. For the fact I put it's pilot script I sent you this week that you've read. There's a scene in there that is about my act with that. Is about me doing that. But and I think that's relevant because I think Chandler and Matthew Perry were close. The reality was close to the character even to the point where I think the writer said that they were worried about the part of Chandler because they didn't feel like they'd made enough depth to it. He was just sarcastic. And then Matthew Perry came in and auditioned. In fact, I think the story is that he was tied up with another pilot about future baggage handlers or something.
Yeah, in like 2093.
And Friends was the hot pilot going around LA, and everyone was written. He was read the part of Chandler, was like, this is me, this is my part, but he couldn't audition because he was in this other show, and he had to help other people audition, and people were coming to him for advice because they recognized that he was that character. And then he managed to get out, and I think he went and auditioned, and he was like, they were like, oh yeah, this is it, this is the guy, like he's the only person that could play it. And I think I always felt that it's a shame we didn't see more from him because of his issues. And it's super sad. I mean, you broke the news to me at like 1:30 a.m. on Saturday.
I didn't know who else to go to.
No. If I actually didn't sleep very well at night, and then I woke up at like 9 and Vicky, I saw Vicky, and I was like, "Oh, I've got some sad news," and I had to tell her straight away. But yeah, I don't know. It's a weird feeling because you feel a bit silly being sad about someone you've never met in a way.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can't help how you feel. And I actually had a bit. I saw there was a clip of him. I've seen it before ages ago, but he didn't have to because his book he released last year that I was reading. It's strange because it was about a year ago when I was texting you saying I was reading his memoir. And there was a clip that I saw the other day of him when he's watching an episode it's the episode where Rachel's got a big hat on and Chandler's making fun of like the big hat out in the street outside Central Park. He's really skinny and pale in the scene, and Matthew Perry's commenting on it saying he can't watch it because that guy was so lost and had so much going wrong and he didn't understand why and he couldn't figure it out. And I just broke down then. I was just like, oh my God. It's sad because he seemed to kind of be getting a handle on it in the past couple of years, ever since he nearly died. And then to go like that is just,
This is what happens though, isn't it? You get sorted and then look at Winehouse, got herself sorted and then.
But his wasn't, I don't even know if his, we don't know yet what it. I think the latest story I saw was he played pickleball, that weird game, and then
which is so Friends.
I mean, that is a weird. It's such an LA sport, pickleball. Anyway, it's ridiculous. Yeah. I think it's kind of like a tennis, but it's like tennis and squash combined on an outdoor court. Yeah. It's weird.
Which sounds like a bloody nightmare. That sounds exhausting.
Probably quite. Well. And I think he sent his assistant out on an errand. Is the latest that I heard, and then she came back and he was drowned in the fucking hot tub. But although those hot tubs, the heat and the whatever could have induced it. I assume he had a heart attack in the hot tub and drowned. I would imagine so. And that obviously will be because of his abuse of his body over the years. But yeah, I just think it's so sad, and I'd always hoped that you'd see more of him or whatever. But because he taught some stuff. I remember he was on Newsnight, not like it's probably a while ago now, and that cunt is on, and in it because I'm a big believer in the legalization of drugs as well. Decriminalization and legalization of, in essence, the theory of instead of sending drug addicts to prison, send them to rehab so they can rehabilitate, which is proven to work in other countries in like the Nordics and stuff. Makes complete logical sense to me, rather than sending them somewhere where they can keep getting drugs and then have no prospects when they come out, so they get back on the drugs and steal again. Hey, but let's not do that. One of the without getting too political, one of the reasons why I've loathed to vote for Keir Starmer because he said that he's against that, and he said, "Well, the war on drugs, we're fighting it." I'm like, if you still believe the war on drugs has worked, then we're not living in the same world. Keir
Starmer, but no one's ever offered him a joint.
I'm voting for.
Seem like the type of person who get offered one.
He's the type of person that I'm voting for because it's either that or not vote because I'm not going to vote for anyone. No point voting for Lib Dems, and I'm definitely not going to vote Conservative. So I have to vote for someone that I don't really like, which says more about politics, I think, than anything else. But to move away from that. But yeah, and then he spoke really well on that, and he was really clever on that. And I mean, he was obviously like he looked about 10 years older than he should because of it. I mean, in the book, he had like he basically his colon blew up. In 2018.
He was on a ventilator
pretty much dead. They thought he was dead then. So
like
in a way,
chance of surviving. He said
a positive spin could be he was lucky to get another 5 years after that. I guess. If you're going to try and do that, but yeah, I just think as a sort of, he was amazing comedy actor. One of the best ever. I saw people get a bit sniffy always about Friends, and I always hate that. And I saw someone the other day being sniffy in an office group because people in there have, that get a bit sniffy about that kind of thing and about this list of greatest comedy characters and Chandler.
Yeah, he's always
comedy actors. Yeah. He's always like number 2, and people were like outraged by it. And I'm like, well, no, he is. He was an amazing comedy actor. You could take any line that wouldn't work and turn it into a funny line, like just through performance. And yeah,
not just in Friends either. I really enjoyed. I know it wasn't that well received, but Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip.
I like that, yeah.
I thought it was quite good.
It's a shame it never went anywhere. Like the sort of SNL backstage thing, and he did. It was funny actually because I just watched all of The West Wing over the past 4 or 5 months, and he's in. That's where he got the thing about talking. He's in The West Wing for a season as someone, and he's really good in that as well. It was around the time that Friends finished, I think that sort of time, and he was really good in that. So it's weird because I've just seen him in that, but yeah, and you always felt he had so much because he kind of stumped from shit studio sitcom to, and because the studio sitcom is a dying breed. I always think it's a shame. The timing is everything because I look at shows like How I Met Your Mother now that I recently watched, and they're all able to go because of the time and there's all these streaming networks and things going on. They're able to go and do other things like those comedy actors and do other stuff. But I think when Friends finished, there wasn't like many places to go apart from like try and be in films. But comedy actors being in films is always a bit of a, difficult one. I think because how many of them have been in good stuff like straight away, But I always was upset that we never saw more after Friends from him, really. Yeah. But then I think he was born to play that role, and maybe I think some people you're born to play that role, and maybe that's all he couldn't. I don't think he could do much more than that type of comedy, but that you could say that for 99% of comedy actors that they have a thing that they do, and they always have that one role that. Like Will Ferrell's basically continued to do Ron Burgundy for the past 20 years, but Ron Burgundy was amazing. So
look at Matt LeBlanc. I mean, he was so typecast that he basically had to just play Matt LeBlanc to have a successful show in episodes.
That show Top Gear, yeah.
I forgot about that actually. Yeah, that was a weird time, wasn't it?
How did that happen?
Matt LeBlanc and Chris Evans. How did that happen? When I was watching Big Breakfast and Friends in the 90s, I never thought those two would come together.
So strange that he would end up as that. Yeah, I know he's a petrol head, but such a strange. Yeah, not as strange as Freddie Flintoff and what's his face though. To be fair, it's done now though, isn't it? But
after Freddie Flintoff nearly died.
Yeah, I was never really a big fan anyway, but yeah. But yeah, just it's a shame. It's horrible, obviously, and I think it's sort of shocked everyone because I mean. If I'd had to have put money on which one of them would go first out of the set, it would have been him. And he's also the one that I would least want. Not that least want to go first. That sounds bad, but that I really didn't want to go. But there you go. What can you do? It is really sad. I feel like I bummed everyone out now, but I'm just trying to make it into celebration, but it's still quite raw.
Well, to pick it up a little bit. Favorite Chandler, not favorite Chandler live, favorite Chandler scene, maybe.
Be here all day. Scene.
I posted mine on Instagram the other day. The bit where they find out he's smoking again. I thought, well, yesterday I was smoking again. Today I'm smoking still.
There's so many that there's no way I can say it, so I'm just going to try and. I suppose jokes that aren't seen as like jokes that everyone will get. It always made me laugh in one of the later seasons when they're doing the game show Joey's auditioning for, Bamboozled. And it's such a funny joke that most people wouldn't even find funny. And it's I sometimes think Matthew Perry was doing stuff as well that was a bit, had more depth to it than the show demanded, like that would work in other stuff, which is why it's a shame he never did anything more like on a streamer or something where he could do more like dark stuff or something. But they asked him his character, and Ross had said, "Hi, I'm Ross. I'm a paleontologist," and he's like, and "Hi Ben," his son, and then Matthew and Chandler goes, I'm a headhunter for Russian Soviet states." He goes, "Hi Rasputin." I don't know why it always makes me I always piss myself.
And then just the way he goes into a full meltdown in that episode playing the game, he's slagging it off, and then by the end he's just fully on board with it. It's played so well.
Because a lot of people don't like the character of Chandler after he gets with Monica. They say it kind of because he does change, because obviously his role was the unlucky single funny guy, and I think after he got with Monica, they made Ross the unlucky single funny guy, which is clever to pivot to that but nice. I think Matthew Perry's still hilarious as with him and Monica, but I'm trying. It's just there's so many from the whole run, isn't there, that I could think of.
The scene where
funny, the Blue Blazer Black's funny because he actually did that, and then they just took the piss out of him because he would have hated that he got it wrong. So they just that the whole scene's real. Yeah, the fact that that's real is hilarious. Yeah.
But the episode where he
you know what it is,
and he can't make any jokes. That's good.
I know it. Exactly which bit I always think of that makes me howl for 25 years. when Joey is making the unit and he drills through the wall and Chandler comes out and he goes, "Oh, Joey, it's Matthew Perry. To be fair, it's Joey as well, but Matt LeBlanc, he goes, "Oh, sorry, did I get you?" He goes, "You get me, you kill me." You know what? I to the point when I was writing and obviously now the thing that I wrote and did I've changed and stuff. And I remember at the time I was watching a lot of Friends in the lockdown when I did it, and I wanted to kind of try and capture a bit of the stuff they did. And I remember when I'd say that to people, some people were kind of like Friends, and I'm like, I hate that sniffiness about it because it is a well written show, and he deserves the credit for, some people are like it has to be like The Office for it to be. It can't be the studio sitcom. But yeah, I agree. Most studio sitcoms are shit, but Friends was the pièce de résistance. It's like, of the studio sitcom. So that's why studio sitcoms have been pretty shit since, because they kind of did it. It's kind of like my same view of Blink-182 and pop punk music. Like they did it, so we don't.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, Friends very progressive as well. A lot more progressive than people give it credit for. People like to focus on one or two problematic bit. He had a lesbian wedding in 1994.
I saw someone. I made that point. I saw someone moaning online when it was lockdown when people were moaning about. And
when it came on Netflix,
and somebody pointed that out to whoever was moaning, Another Generation or whatever, and said that about lesbians. And they said, yeah, but if you watch the episode, it's like all stereotypical lesbians. It's like, well, come on, throw them a bone. They had a lesbian wedding.
Well, they're both hot for a start, so they're not stereotypical lesbians.
I lost. I hope one of our female subscribers isn't a lesbian.
She will.
Actually, this is going out. Yeah. It does feel. It's a weird feeling of like it feels like losing a friend, but one that you haven't seen for a long time. But obviously that's kind of silly. I feel silly about it because I've never met the guy, but I don't know. You do feel like a closeness to them because I've probably spent more time with Chandler than I have with some people I know. So it's weird. And I'm hoping. I was speaking to my girlfriend about it, and she was like, "You'll get." I was saying, I hope it's not ruined now. I hope I can't never watch it. And she was like, "Nah, you'll. It's like a grief thing, isn't it? One day you'll just put it on and you'll be able to watch it because right now I physically can't watch it."
And I've been watching it, and I must say I feel like I'm enjoying it more. There's a tinge of sadness, obviously, but I don't know. It just feels like a celebration more than anything.
It's a weird mental block. I can't build myself to watching it. It's a very odd feeling, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just always felt really personally connected to him, but completely an invention in my own mind. But I don't know. I guess you do, don't you? I said to you, I hope it's a hoax. When you sent it to me, I was like, I hope this is one of those internet hoaxes. And you know what I've even said before about people? I'm like, why do people get upset when celebrities die? Like, it's silly you never met them, but now kind of experienced it and gone, but it's definitely more than Bowie was. I wouldn't say I was overtly sad about Bowie, really. I don't know. Maybe I didn't feel much of a personal connection with him. I feel very personally connected to at least Chandler, at the very least.
Yeah.
So
I think with Bowie, it's because I'd listened to his last album like literally the night before and was like, "Fuck, this is really good." If it hadn't been for that, I would have been like, "Meh."
Yeah, I think, yeah, I don't know. It did feel different. Plus, he's old, in a way. Bowie, I know he wasn't old, but he was older. But also, I know he had like his life, but he was. I think the Matthew Perry thing is tinged with a sadness of someone that dealt with a lot of shit and
was still helping people up until the end.
Yeah, I think there's stuff like that, isn't it? But yeah, I think that. God, yeah. I mean, there's so many Chandler moments I can't even pinpoint them down. Even until the end, he even has the last line, which is a great last line. And whatever you say about the last series, it's still a great last line. Whatever. And then it's funny because that's two people from Friends that have died now already.
Yeah, Gunther as well.
Yeah,
I did see. It did annoy me. I saw one of them mawkish cartoons. Do you remember when the Queen died and people were doing there's a cartoon of like Paddington leading him away, going, "Come on, man."
Yeah, I saw that of them too. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and it's like, let's get a coffee. Where? And I was like,
It's a bit,
feels like it's died all over again.
It's a bit, but you know what? You know what I think it is as well, a little bit, and it's a bit deep this, but because I knew someone that died last year who I hadn't seen for a while, but knew quite closely for a couple of years, and they were only a bit older than us now, 40, and a lot of it I realised, and I think there's a bit of this Matthew Perry as well, is because he was around when we were kids. Matthew Perry, I remember that. A lot of it is a bit of your own fear of mortality, I think, is what scares you. Because when that person died, I was like, shit, like, what? Oh yeah, we are going to die. I think there's a bit of that, and I think with Matthew Perry is a bit of that kind of like, oh god, because sometimes when celebrities die young, you feel like, oh god, if they can die with all their money and success and stuff, what the fuck's gonna happen to me? So yeah, but no, great, absolutely spectacular comedy. I will be saddened that we didn't get to see more. He deserved a lot more respect than perhaps he gets at times, and sadly his personal life affected that, but yeah, yeah, I couldn't even. I mean, obviously my favorite, the apartment game episode, obviously he's great in that. In fact, one of my favorite Chandler non-spoken moments is when they win the apartment and then they come in on the dog. He's like, that still gets me every time. Yeah,
it's time to pay the
Isn't there a bit when he says to someone, I'll take a look at that for you, and then someone says like something about a naked or something, and he turns around and he goes, I could look at that for you, or something like that. I can't remember what it is. He says the line twice and it's really funny.
Yes. Oh, that's going to annoy me all night, that now.
That's funny.
Yeah.
There's
Oh, actually, another great bit that I forgot is someone's talking about is it Joey's agent? Joey's agent says she's looking at Monica and Rachel, and she says, "Oh, with her face and her breasts, I could really make something." And Chandler just like slides into the shot. He's like, "Can I borrow it?" It's the fact that he's not in the shot and he slides in that gets me.
Can I borrow that? Yeah. There's a bit. Oh, you know what? One of my favorite bits is I always send it to my mate whenever I watch it, because we used to, when we lived together, when we first moved in, we kind of did the whole Joey and Chandler. That was half of the excitement, was moving in together in town. We were like, oh, we're Joey and Chandler, and we would watch Friends a lot. And the bit when Rachel says that she says something insulting about Chandler, and he goes, "I'm standing right here" or something, and she goes, "Yeah," and she goes, "Oh yeah." And then later on, she says that she's trying to get over a crush with Tag. It's Tag, I think, and she says to Joey, "Hell, I had a crush on you when we first met." And Chandler goes, "Did you have a crush on me when we met?" And she goes, "Yeah." And then she looks at Joey, right, with Chandler still in shot. She goes like that. She pulls her face, and then Chandler goes, "Can you people not see me?"
Also, big shout out to the where he's pissed and he kisses Joey's sister, and he's at the party and he's doing all he's deleting his ex's number from the speed dial. He's like, no, it's not sad. Why must we dial so speedily?
Yeah, I was gonna say as well, when Joey's showing his grandma who only speaks Italian, the sitcom, and she only speaks Italian, and then he goes, "Oh, Capricorn." Well, she goes, "Capricorn 1," and he goes, "She doesn't speak a word of English, but she knows Capricorn 1."
Oh god, brilliant! Oh god.
Oh no, you know what? I just know what the best acting did was, and it's not a line. And whenever me and Vicky watch it, we piss ourselves, and yeah, this is his best non-speaking moment in it. I think he goes when Joey sees the hot girl across the hallway, across the buildings, and he's trying to figure out where she is, and Chandler comes in and they mention it and he leaves, and Chandler goes, "Hot girl, I didn't see the hot girl." And he goes towards the window, and then halfway through he realizes that Monica's there, and he does a spin, and he goes, "There she is." Runs over to her, and it's the funniest thing. my mate always quotes to me as well, because when we lived together, I started dating Vicky, and he always quotes the bit where Chandler goes, he's saying to Joey, he's like, "You need to stand up," when she's putting all the girl stuff in the flat, and he goes, "You need to stand up to her and be a man." And then Monica comes in and goes, "Chandler, we're supposed to be making sewing whatever mittens or something," and he goes, "Come in, sweetums."
Yeah.
So he goes, it's different for me. Yeah, there's so many, isn't there?
Absolute class.
Very different at the start as well to the end, I'd say. You know what someone said to me once, who was a big fan of How I Met Your Mother, which to be fair I watched and I did quite enjoy. Someone said to me that Friends isn't good because it doesn't have the character growth that show has because of when it was made. And I sat there and pointed out Chandler's character. I was like, hang on, Chandler's character starts as a man that's scared of commitment and can't find the right woman, who grows into a man that is willing to adopt 2 children to make his wife happy because he can't give her a child. Like, hello. If that's not character development, I don't know what is.
Another great. Speaking of having children, where they invite his workmate round to be the sperm donor.
Oh, that's thing, isn't it?
He's like John Stamos. Problematic actor. He says, "With these people, Zach," and he just eating his salads.
Sure, I just remembered when he says something about beating Richard. He says, "What are you going to do if you see Richard?" He goes, "Well, Joey's gonna." Richard, I'm gonna stand behind him and put him over with a big stick. Can't remember exactly what he says.
You go to the gym, grow some muscles, and poke behind him.
Oh God, he's so.
Didn't he call Richard a big tree at one point as well? Like, oh,
yeah. Oh yeah. There's so many. Yeah. Oh, you know what? One of my favorite. Actually, we'll do the show now. But one of my favorite as well is when they have to they lose the cameras at the wedding. And it's one of my favorite. This is one of my favorite. This will be in my top 5. And and a lot of the Chandler moments are like passable as well, where you might not. And he's under the table, and Ross comes over and he goes, "Oh, did you find the cameras?" And he goes, "Yeah, that's why I'm under the table celebrating." It's just you know what, on paper, like not a great line, but the way he delivers it with the celebrating is perfect.
Yeah.
Oh man!
Oh god!
Yeah,
probably
so many, the most
relatable character of the 6 by far.
And I actually think I don't know if it's kind of a nature or nurture thing, but I either am extremely similar to the character, or because I watched the character so much, I became like the character. I'm not sure what the crossover point was really. But yeah, there you go. I love it as well when he's trying to give Joey the money with cups and that. I do. He says, "We'll eat the food." He brings pizza, and Chandler brings Chinese, and he goes, "Oh, you brought the food of my ancestors, and I brought the food of your ancestors." And he goes to play foosball. He goes, "The big match, Italy versus China, apparently."
Good game.
Oh man! So many moments. But yeah, you get me, you kill me. It's Matt. To be fair, it's Matt LeBlanc's performance to the. Oh, sorry, did I get you? As well, does it?
With his tool belt on. Oh, God. The little bits of physical comedy as well. That particularly.
I think the smoke's just blurred your cam. By the way, you might want to give it a wipe.
No, it just did a refocus thing. It automatically refocuses. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
When you move about.
Yeah. The physical comedy is insane. Yeah.
Well, he's smoking in his office and he's blowing it into the.
He's got his feathers. He sprays the wrong bit.
Oh God! I know what I'm watching when I get in bed after this.
What line always gets me as well is this might have helped me be able to watch actually when the last one, then we will do the show, but when they're having the argument about the joke, which I remember I listen to a friend's podcast sometimes but sometimes they get on my nerves, to be honest. They're a bit too like picky on the stuff, you know, or whatever the other stuff, but and he said that they were saying that the episode where they both write a joke for Playboy is one of the worst episodes, and I think it's hilarious. They also said Series 6 was like one of the worst series though as well, and I think Series 6 is by far one of the best. Like if you look at the episode list for Series 6, that's the line. When she has the nose, and he goes, "Maybe it's had a Ross climbing to her brain and stealing my thoughts." Which when Ross is explaining, he goes, "I'm Dr. Monkey," and he goes, "I'm not arguing that."
This man's got a little child inside him. The doctor said if they remove him, he'll die.
Yeah. You know what? That's what I mean by his comedy was always kind of way different to the rest of the show in a way. Some of the lines like that, you know, say they were moving with that, it feels like a different show sometimes. But but it worked. He made it work, obviously. But yeah, greatest. You know, he would be. in my top 5 greatest comedy characters ever, easily.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but yeah, rest in peace, I guess.
Yeah, indeed. Bless him. Bless his cotton socks. Good egg, all round good egg.
God, I hope Alex never dies.
Well, don't. I've already got this to process. I'll
die first, please.
I mean, I reckon we will, to be honest.
Yeah, it looks like he looks after himself, but I don't know. They're big smoker. I haven't smoked for a while.
No, same. Yeah. So we've got
that. Yeah, fuck you, Alex.
Now.
Right. Let's do the bloody show.
Let's do it. Oh God.
We're Arctic Monkeys. This is Don't Believe the Hype.
That rock and roll, eh? Ladies!
That sound means it's the end of the round. Time for the bonus question. Cheers, dude.
That man just yawned.
We're gonna call it
Don't Believe the Hype.
Hello and welcome to Series 2, Episode 29 of Don't Believe the Hype, the podcast that you go to when you want a comprehensive review of the discography of Arctic Monkeys. We have finished every song recorded in Era 1 and Era 2, and we've got a very special episode tonight that'd normally be a subscriber thing, but we thought we'll open it up for everyone. More about that in a second. With me, Nick Lee, and him, it's Dan Holt. Hello, Dan.
Hello. How are you?
Friday night.
Yeah, I'm good.
Friday night,
and we're celebrating it by doing as I say, we had to come up with another episode, didn't we? So we're doing a watch along of Live at the Apollo, which is fun for a Friday night.
And the lights are low. Quite literally.
Watch along and listen along for people that just want to listen to it as a track underneath, maybe. Because we're going to be playing it, but yeah, watch along as well. Put it both out for you. So if you want to listen to Live at the Apollo and listen to us, then you can. If you want to watch us, we're putting that out for free as well. I mean, it's the first time we've ever put any video out for free, I think. So there we go. But before we get into the kind of the stream, or I'll give a little bit of information and reviews, but before that, did you just play me the bonus round jingle, Nicholas?
Ooh,
unexpectedly.
Hello.
It's not really a bonus round, but it's well, why not?
Is it? Well, we'll see about
that.
That
sound means it's the end of the round. Time for the bonus question.
So I got a little Facebook memories thing today, the other day, and because it's been 12 years this week since we went to see Arctic Monkeys for the Suck It and See tour. At the first gig at the at MEN Manchester Arena, because I also saw them at Don Valley that same tour. I think that's when it was. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yeah, it was definitely pre-AM. And so I noticed me, and I was in a band at the time with a couple of friends, and I saw that we shared our predicted set lists for that gig on Facebook, and I was really eager to guess. But actually, of that tour, what song do you think I predicted they would open with? And by the way, I'm going to get up. I should get up what the actual set list was. So you get it up. You're quicker at that than me. But yeah, if you had to guess what song I said they would open with.
Now, is it a laughably bad choice, or is it just...
No, but you could surmise that Suck It and See was my favourite album so far.
Oh, really? Okay.
And I don't know what they did open with, by the way. For all I know, I'm right. I haven't looked what the actual set list was. So,
okay, I have the set list up now.
What date was it exactly?
It was November the 2nd, 2011.
Oh, so it was yesterday. All right. 12 years, Nick. Where's that gone? And we were both there.
Do you know what song they walked out to?
I don't know. I can't remember.
You Sexy Thing by Hot Chocolate. That old staple.
Oh, they did that.
A Sheffield tune.
They did it at that Don Valley, and it was great because the entire crowd obviously were proper up for it at that point. But yeah, did they do it at the? I don't remember them doing it at the MEN as well. Maybe I was getting a drink. No, I wouldn't have been. What I'm talking about.
We have pictures actually of us there at that gig.
We do somewhere, yeah. Oh no, we did on the song, didn't we?
Yeah, they're on my Facebook. Yeah.
So what song did they open with?
They opened with "Don't Sit Down Because I've Moved Your Chair."
Oh, so yeah. Well, what song do you think I guessed they opened with?
She's Thunderstorms.
Correct. That is what I guessed they
Really? I just thought because it's track 1. I thought that's what you'd have.
And what song do you think I guess they end with?
I would say Certain Romance.
No. I guess. What did they end with?
They ended with main set or encore?
Oh, main set.
Main set, When the Sun Goes Down.
They ended with When the Sun Goes Down.
Before the encore.
Oh, no, sorry, not main set. Encore. Sorry. Main set. Encore. Sorry.
So, do you want all 3 tracks of the encore?
Okay, well, here's my predicted 3 tracks of the encore.
Okay.
The View from the Afternoon, Suck It and See, When the Sun Goes Down, 505.
Okay, well, you're not far off. It was Suck It and See, followed by, which I have no recollection of whatsoever, Mardy Bum Acoustic.
Yeah, I don't really remember that either.
Don't remember that. And then 505 with the Wirral Diddler himself, Mr. Miles.
He was
Kane.
there.
He was supporting him I think it was him in the vaccine support.
Because for some reason, are you sure you're on the right? That's the Don Valley, isn't it?
Manchester Evening News Arena, November the 2nd, 2011.
Right. Because right, the reason I say that is because for some reason in this conversation, me and my friends didn't think Miles would be at the gig because his band had a gig in Amsterdam the same night. So I guessed. So I don't know what this was. Obviously, we're going about 12 years. So I guessed that they'd do 505 with a live link up with Miles from Amsterdam. I don't know if you're joking here.
Live at the Apollo.
Yeah, because we didn't know, because we mustn't have known that, because my friend guessed that they'd do 505 with Justin from the Vaccines replacing Miles because Miles is in Amsterdam. So for some reason, our intel was that Miles was in Amsterdam that night. So had there been, is that wrong? Were they there? Can you remember seeing them that night? I don't remember seeing the Rascals that night.
Was it? Never scores any solo by them. What
was he doing there then? You just said he was supporting solo.
I'm sure he was. I'm sure he got a solo by then. At that point, yeah.
Is that on the track? I don't remember him supporting then. I remember.
Or maybe he just tagged along. Right, his first album was Colour of the Trap.
His album was out then because I went to see him with.
Colour of the Trap was May 2011. So Colour of the Trap had come out earlier. I'm sure he supported, as did the Vaccines were on, then Miles Kane, and then Arctic Monkeys. I'm sure of it.
I don't remember. He was more of a non-entity then.
Yeah. He's just that guy who pops up on one of their songs.
This was my set list that I guessed. I went with She's Thunderstorms, Library Pictures, Brian Storm, This House is a Circus, Still Take You Home, Don't Sit Down 'Cause I Move Your Chair, Crying Lightning, Pretty Visitors, Evil Twin, All My Own Stunts, Dance Floor, Hellcat, Reckless Serenade, Love is a Laser. You see what my loyalty is like. Love is a Laser Quest, Treacle, Fluorescent Adolescent, If You Were There, Beware. That's Where You're Wrong to end the main set. And then The View from the Afternoon, Suck It and See, When the Sun Goes Down, 505 with a live link up from Miles. My friend guessed Library Pictures is the opener. View from the Afternoon to follow. Still Take You Home. This House is a Circus. Brian Storm, Crying Lightning, Don't Sit Down, Pretty Visitors, Evil Twin, Teddy Picker, Dance Floor, Brick by Brick, Thunderstorms, Hellcat, Do Me a Favor, Fluorescent Adolescent, and then end with If You Were There, Beware. And then come back on for Suck It and See, Sun Goes Down, and 505. I think my other friend was taking the piss out of this because his set list is they'd open with Matador, Going to Settle for a Draw, Do Choo Choo, Evil Twin, Nettles, The Death Ramps, Chun-Li Spinning Burkick, Bad Woman, Plastic Tramp, No Buses, Riot Vander, Frame to Art, If You Found This It's Probably Too Late, What If You're Right First Time, Joining the Dots, Frightline Dining Room, end with Love Machine, and then come back on for Bigger Boys and Still on Sweethearts, Curtains Close, and Who the Fuck Are Arctic Monkeys to end it with. So I think he's having this was a joke there.
If he had done that, if he'd done exactly that, I'd never have gone to see him again after that because nothing will be
quite happy with that for a laugh. You know what I mean? Why not?
Yeah. Well, the actual set list was, I'll just rattle through it. Don't Sit Down to Move Your Chair, Teddy Picker, Crying Lightning, Hellcat, Black Treacle, Brian Storm, imagine Brian Storm 6th in the set. You just can't imagine it, can you? View from the Afternoon, Dance Floor, Evil Twin, Brick by Brick, Pretty Visitors, House is a Circus, Still Take You Home, Dance Little Liar, She's Thunderstorms, Fluorescent Adolescent, Do Me a Favor, and When the Sun Goes Down. And then the encore was Suck It and See, Acoustic Mardy Bum, and then 505 with Miles.
I seem to remember one point of that gig I do remember is that you know, even then, some of the lesser stuff. So I remember when they did Evil Twin, I distinctly remember that you, me, and my other two friends that were just aforementioned in the chat then we're the only 4 people, and even at the group of people we were with, because they weren't all like huge fans, we're the only 4 people within the vicinity of us anyway that were singing that. And we were singing it quite loud, and I remember getting a few looks like, yeah, we're the real fans.
That was the only song I'd listened to in the build in like the weeks before the gig. That was the only song, because it only just come out, hadn't it, the single. So I was just listening to that non-stop. So I was buzzing when they played that.
It is an epic tune, to be fair.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I had it on this morning, actually.
Yeah. There's a lyric in that that I think is one of his.
How can I believe you? How can I believe you when you can't believe you?
That is a good one, yeah. I think it's all the other angels.
Faces fell when she told him that she had to go shop her overcoat for something
colourful.
Oh,
yeah, Thanos. Oh, what a time! What a time to be alive it was. But we can't go back. So, do you want some information on live at the Apollo?
Yes, I'll play the corresponding jingle.
The information action ratio. Ain't that the place to go?
Live at the Apollo is a live album and video release by English rock band Arctic Monkeys at the final concert of their 2007 world tour, filmed in Manchester, England. Stop reminding us. We can put it to bed after this, can't we? It was filmed on Super 16mm film, which is very interesting, and in surround sound. It was directed by Richard Ayoade and photographer. Sorry, it was directed by Richard Ayoade, and in brackets it says Mighty Boosh, which is an odd thing to use for his career.
Yeah, of all the things,
all the things to bring up. And photographed by cinematographer Danny Cohen, who did This Is England. It was edited by Nick Fenton, who did All Tomorrow's Parties, and produced by Diarmid. It might be an Irish name, and I'm probably butchering it, but
Dermot.
Diarmid.
Dermot, yeah.
I've got like 3 uncles with Dermot, and they're all spelled differently, but they're not spelled like that. Scrimshaw, who did Tyrannosaur. He produced Tyrannosaur.
Oh, won't need to watch that again. Just one watch was enough for me, that one.
Yeah, almost as depressing as our pre-show chat today. It has been awarded best music. Has been awarded best music DVD 2009 by The Enemy. Shock. The music played in introduction credits was written. The music played in the introduction credits was written by Bruno Nicolai, entitled Servizio Photo. Sorry. The music played in the introduction was written by Bruno Nicolai, entitled Servizio Fotografico, from the film The Red Queen Kills 7 Times, starring Barbara Boucher. The film premiered on...
Alex would be into.
Yeah, and it's funny because there's a Black Keys song that I think sounds exactly like on the album Brothers, that sounds exactly like the opening music to Live at the Apollo. But that album came out before Live at the Apollo, which is interesting, but obviously not before that film. So, you know. Yeah, the film premiered on UK television on the music channel 4 Music on the 19th of February 2009, and the DVD features a multi-angle camera view of drummer Matt Helders. Yes, I know. I've spent so many evenings drunk making people watch that. It's absurd. Yeah. Do you want some reviews?
Yes.
I think these reviews give it a good spectrum of what I remember people's reaction being, and perhaps we can react to that. But Pitchfork.com gave it 4.5 out of 5, and 4.5 stars out of 5. Or I think it might be out of 10. I assume it's out of 5. They say, I always find live shows on film kind of boring. Even my favorite ones, I kind of zone out for most of it. There's just a visceral thing that never translates very well. That's none other than a quote from Mr. Arcade Fire, Win Butler, talking to this website about his band's recent documentary, Miroir Noir. And he's absolutely right. Like most notable rock films, from Don't Look Back to Gimme Shelter to recent winner Glastonbury, Miroir Noir isn't a mere chronicle of a band on a stage played to people who are singing along. The film features bits of recording session footage and offbeat montages, along with grainy snips of shows providing elements of non-show spontaneity. Arctic Monkeys at the Apollo, which was released in the UK last November and hits the US this week with a bonus live CD, shows a Sheffield quartet on stage at the Manchester Apollo playing to people who are singing along. The end. You are now permitted to zone out. Well, not just yet, maybe. Apollo at least attempts to be more than just another concert movie. Instead of going with quick cuts and crisp but soulless HD video, editor Nick Fenton favors long tracking shots, and director Richard Ayoade and director of photography Danny Cohen go with super 16mm to give the piece a more cinematic feel. But there's only so much one can do with lens flare and light trails. The relatively artistic filming techniques are worn out within the first 10 minutes of the 76-minute movie, so it's up to the monkeys themselves to put on the show of their lives to make something worth popping in the DVD player for some years to come. Too bad this band isn't ready for such a document. They've got songs and charisma, but not enough to support a release like Apollo just yet. Maybe it was 4.5 out of 10 then. It's the last concert of their 2007 world tour, but instead of leaving all their sweat and our guts on the floor, they just look a bit tired. And while lead singer Alex Turner's wise-ass snarl comes through on record, his brattiness almost reads as condescension here. He tells the Manchester audience they're being fed to the centre of Berlin via satellite as a joke, but nobody really gets it. I got it. The crowd is given people with good sense of humour got it. The crowd is given short shift throughout too. Their vocal participation is larger than muted, and the camera stay trained on the monkeys the whole time, giving the film a hermetic feel. So blah blah blah. They're going a bit more, but before we comment on that, another one from Uncut. They give it a 2 stars out of 5. They said concert films are often horrible things. Why anybody wants to have a big, loud, exciting experience in a hall full of noise and singing shrunk down like a crisp packet on a radiator to a small speakered, small screen jump cut edited DVD is one of the greatest mysteries of rock. Although these thoughts are more run through the mind when taking this DVD out of its tiny sleeve, there's good news for modern man here. This is not bad at all. Directed by Rich Ayoade, who's directed the Arctic Monkeys' first adolescent video, this film is very much what it says it is, a film of a live concert by the Arctic Monkeys. Well, you can see where they're going with the title, and that's both its flaw and its brilliance. With an utter like a flash, the film, like the band, is almost completely devoid of effects, irrelevant detail, or general flash. I mean, that's weird because They both reviews kind of complimented it and didn't compliment it at the same time. But in my opinion, I remember a lot of the time was made of the fact that they didn't have any crowd participation or share the crowd. Now, for me personally, that was one of the benefits. I like that. I don't want it's the same thing when people go, they don't have the crowd sing along at the gigs or whatever. And it's like, well, I don't want the crowd singing along. I want to watch the band. And I like the fact they didn't cut to the crowd. I've always loved Live at the Apollo because it is different. I don't really like rock concerts, DVDs, really. There's something to put on while you're having a drink in the background. I don't really like watching most of them, a few exceptions, obviously. But I like the tracking shots. I like the way they cut stuff together, the flow, and as we'll comment on as we go. We obviously don't need to get into any detail now, but I like all of that. I think it gives it the cinematic feel, but it does exactly what I want it to do, which it shows me how the band perform on stage. It shows me every detail. It shows me what I want to see. I don't want to see anything else other than I want to see this, because when you're going to see them, you can't really see the band. You don't really study the band, which is why I've always said it'd be fascinating to be at the side, because you can sort of see the band. With a live DVD, I want to see the band. I want to see them doing their thing. Like a live CD, I don't mind a bit of crowd interaction and stuff like that, but a DVD, I just want to watch them do their thing. I want to watch Helder's drumming and be mind blown by how he's doing it, and I want to see bit of interactions and jokes and stuff. Yeah, I don't need to see the rest of it, and I didn't really get why people care about that. Even now, people, so like when you watch Glastonbury, you don't. I guess it's different, but this was filmed really well, I thought.
I think there's not many like rock DVDs, like live gig DVDs that like the ones I like. Actually, we've mentioned before the Arcade. I enjoyed the Arcade Fire one. The 2 White Stripes ones are very good, but they're filmed on Super 8, which adds to it. And this one, other than that, not asked.
So I just remembered in like 2005, I had a Kaiser Chiefs one they released, a gig that they did in Brighton, and it was like a DVD where they, like a fake documentary about the band. It's quite funny actually. They did a riff on the Manic Street Preachers thing where the bass player had gone missing, and that it was,
His finger had gone missing.
Yeah, but yeah, I remember I had that. That was a bit premature for them to have a live DVD, wasn't it? 2005.
Yeah.
But and one album. Yeah, exactly. It was Employment Live. That's what it was. It was an Employment Live DVD, documentary and live gig. Weird. But yeah, I have no issues with it. I think it's a great. But let's watch it. And
so I've even got full screen.
There's a song
lie down, couldn't I?
There's a song on Brothers that's kind of like this, but in a different way, and it's like, yeah, it really sounds a lot like it. You could lie down if you
know the one
like
you mean. point, that, isn't it?
I've always loved this as an intro as well.
It's cool, isn't it?
It's a really cool, like, cinematic way of doing it with the film, with the different pictures and that. It's very, very Richard Ayoade as well.
It is. It's very Ayoade, yeah.
Makes sense for them. It's almost as if they knew things would never be the same again after this.
Yeah.
Almost as if he knew.
Of this era. Yeah. It's almost like they had it all planned out.
I love this little follow as well, with them down to the stage. The way it cut.
This might be a Mandela effect thing, but I could have sworn, maybe it's from a trailer or something. I'm sure there was footage of them walking through some alleyways in Hardwick.
There was. It's that horrible bit across the road from the Apollo. There was. I think it might be the DVD menu. Oh yeah, I've always loved that bit. He just held us in his break. Yeah, I think that's the DVD menu. The DVD menu has the corridors, the alleyways.
That was it. Yeah.
And I knew the avenues and alleyways of Hardwick.
Stunning.
Look at Howard's there. Look at that. Alex looks a bit camp there from the back. Yeah.
Hello.
I always used to wish that rather than just the Helders camp, there was an option to just have the Helders camp for the whole gig. Yeah. I'd happily sit and watch that.
One for each band member. That'd be great. You know, like they used to do it with the football on Sky.
Yeah, picture in picture. Yeah,
it's so shit.
There's a reason it's a team sport.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to watch Harry Maguire for 90 minutes. United fans don't want to.
You know what always blew me away? The huge fans that he has behind him, Helders, to keep him from not.
You'd need him.
Yeah, you would need him.
It's not really. If I was sweating that much, I would not be wearing a grey t-shirt.
Alex is wearing a jumper. This is a look that I wore for a while, or tried to.
It comes off the jumper though, doesn't it? I don't think he's got it for the whole gig.
Bet it does. I love how Helders drums with his head to the side as well. I always like that, like sort of like looking the other way.
Him and Jamie both have like weird postures. Jamie plays his guitar like kind of over to the side, doesn't he? Like he's deaf in one ear or something.
I might do an episode podcasting from the side just the whole time. So that was it.
Profile. Turn you into a coin. Like that Mitchell and Webb sketch where it's like the first days of television. They don't know where to look, so they like slide on. We think this will be less off-putting. Even there, man.
Jamie there.
He's got a mic, hasn't he?
Yeah, he does sing it. You can hear him a couple of times, I think. During if he Fake Tales, you can hear him in Fake Tales going, "Get me out, get me out."
Something like a trapped boy.
There you can hear the crowd.
Yeah, that's all you need.
It's not their fault the crowd aren't that loud. We should have been there.
If we were throwing it out.
I think if it was me and they were recording a live DVD, that would be the night I'd fuck up all night. 100%.
What do you reckon, Jamie?
I feel the heat.
I don't want to be filmed, so I'm a bit nervous. It's like, what do you mean you're nervous? We've done 2 albums, Jamie.
This is our last gig to Manchester, so
Is tipsy Alex, would we say?
They say he looks tired. I just think he looks drunk.
Correct, he does. Spot on.
As would I be if I was 20 and last night of the tour.
Living the dream and shagging Alexa Chung.
This house is a circus, the circus is over. We dance to see
Nice guitar that as well, the Black Kelly.
Jamie having a little dance there? Yeah. Jamie often reminds me at this time of like a sort of, like a chimp from Planet of the Apes playing guitar. That's what he kind of reminds me of. Because he's like, slow zoom on Helders. Slow zoom on Held. Look at that. Ooh, yeah. Looks knackered already. He always looks like he's I used to have a friend that did that after they had some cocaine. The face would just be contorting the whole night, like, like, dude, keep it together.
Be on MD, that. Constantly.
Okay.
Like a search for
There's a Viking.
No, it's a Viking, isn't it? Oh.
It's bad that it's only an hour 15. But obviously, this doesn't have balaclava or bad woman. I wonder why they decided to cut balaclava. Why not just have it in? It was only an extra like 2 minutes.
Yeah. Like it's going on telly.
It was on telly, but you could have just cut it for the TV version. It was on Channel 4.
I remember watching it on telly and they had adverts. I was like, oh, I ruined it.
Yeah, don't put it on Channel 4. It's a shame that it's not been put on like a streaming service in the sort of music section, or like redone or something, remastered or something.
Because I noticed there's a lot of music, like live show DVDs on Prime these days.
Whoever owns the rights ain't giving it up.
I played for it to be on YouTube though.
Yeah, true. I don't think you can buy it new anyway, so they probably thought, well.
Yeah.
I've got it somewhere.
Yeah, the Planet of the Apes thing was obvious there. Dr. Zayas.
Good.
Amy's got a bit of a Paul Weller look going on in this.
Black Camp there. Black Camp. Unlucky for some. Or is it lucky for some? Can't remember. Unlucky for some. I don't know.
Yeah, because Black Cat.
I look like a cat's eyes then, the lights, doesn't it?
It is. No. I love the Apollo as a big venue. It's amazing.
Yeah,
It's probably my favourite biggish venue in Manchester. That's like the arena and stuff.
I think I've seen more stand-up than I've seen. I don't know actually.
I saw pictures at the.
I've never seen Arctics there, obviously. We could have, but we didn't. I've seen Shadow Puppets there, but.
Yeah, we did. In Pixies there, seen Yeah.
I saw Franz Ferdinand there.
Ooh, that'd be alright. I'd be into that.
It was. This was in Pomp as well.
Saw the Streets there. That was a sketchy night.
I always wonder if Alexa Chung at the side there with the on the left near Nick is my roadie man production guy that I used to play my drinking game to, Mr. Schwartz, and there's a girl that you see occasionally, a young lady stood at the side wearing sort of skinny jeans, and I always wonder if it was Alexa Chung. I always used to view you and your ex-wife as my own personal Alex and Alexa Chung in a way.
I wish.
I didn't know anyone that was in a committed relationship at the time like that, and
we were going more for the peacocky and Kate Moss side, but one of us took it a bit too far.
See you in Thailand.
I hope she's not listening.
Well, we are putting it out for free, so.
Nothing else to do.
I should have got a phone, actually.
Oh, yeah, she does, yeah.
My shows.
Like part of it, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I just saw her again. There's a girl sat there. I was wondering if it's old.
I think it is.
Alexa. Or it could be Katie, I guess.
Oh, yes, there's that one, yeah. Quite good, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think I might listen to a bit more of these.
Wait until Josh Ham gets his mitts on them in the desert.
Your mitts on them.
Coming soon to a podcast service near you.
Yes, yeah. Oh, I was expecting the.
Helder's having a bit of communication with the side there. Oh, and Alex. Oh.
Thank you.
He is pissed.
Without a doubt.
Why not, eh? Wonder where they drank in Manchester before. Probably just backstage, wasn't it? Bloody love being backstage.
Yeah. Or Star and Garter. You can't drop that office quote and then when I was laid down, not say, maybe if you just sit down. That's the only reason I lay down.
Is it what's next? Have we got? Is it Teddy Picker next? No, oh no, dance floor. Oh yeah, we just had it. What I'm talking about.
So weird having dance floor this early in the set. Couldn't imagine it being this early now.
On Helder's drum kit there. Yeah, there's a girl there now, sat next to the bloke. That looks suspiciously like Alexa Chung to me.
I think it is.
Same hair. That's Mr. Schwartz there, dancing. He's dancing, he loves it, look at him.
I hope he smudged some dubbing on his dancing shoes.
If anyone does want it, he is in quite a lot of Matt's view froms.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened to him. He didn't tour with them anymore. I don't think he's toured with them since the Suck It and See tour, actually. I can't remember AM, but...
I bet because he kept giving Jamie a microphone, I bet they sent him off to work for miles of punishment.
My seats for AM weren't good enough to see him because all the cunts that bought tickets.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about my seats for the AM tour.
No, me neither.
It was kind of stage, it's horrible.
Yeah, me too, pretty much. Us.
We were on
Us.
I was on
Royalty.
Jamie's side.
Fucking royalty. Arctic Monkey's royalty. I love it when his eyes roll back into his head. Said Alexa. Nick there. Nick with his cardie.
I think Nick is probably my favourite member of the band, I think. I've been wondering it last few weeks. I think Nick is my favourite.
He's my third.
Hooray!
Look at that, the head bobbing.
I had hair like that, I'd be bobbing it as well. Constantly going around the street like double on it, not good.
Yeah, that is Alexa, I can tell. You can see her now in shot. Yeah. Anyway, this isn't Alexa chat.
Just a pint of warm lager, probably.
Just catering to the fans that want to get out together, aren't we? We've sold out.
Yeah.
From 1984. Howl's there, blowing in the wind.
Everyone all right? Everyone on the balcony looks a bit sad, like somebody's just told a tasteless joke. Or something bad news has been delivered.
Very John Cooper Clark, that.
Right, everyone up there.
You see, this is what I mean when people think he's being off or whatever. They just don't get the sense of humour. That's all it is. Tasteless joke. One thing I did notice listening back to our pod of the what we missed with the clips, I particularly was going way more northern throughout that podcast. Like, oh, so it was most northern I've ever sounded because I hear them and then I'm northern already and I just amp it up. Like his hair, like a bit messy.
Wouldn't it?
There he is, back in shot. Speaking of dancing shoes.
Big.
Favorite bit of the song? Dance. Jamie going for it.
Oh, his faces. Someone should do a compilation of all Jamie's faces. Well, it's just the same face. I want them
It's got to be out. That'll be on YouTube for sure.
Yeah. That's what is it a Helders cam? They should have had a Jamie cam.
Honestly, I would have come for all of them, but yeah, I would have just sat and watched. I'd watch Helders cam. It's probably a good thing it doesn't exist because I'd just be watching it all the time. Yeah. Oh, you look amping Helders up a bit there, Jamie, wasn't he? That pulling strings, pulling the strings.
Give me some minge, Matt.
Oh, agile beast. Nick just chilling.
Boy, what a boy.
Bass players always just chilling, aren't they? Though, to be fair.
Not who, aren't you? Looking at you.
Apart from Chili Peppers. Yeah, I was gonna say.
I said the shit's shock, horror. You've seen your future bright, yeah. Yeah, play so and so.
Do you reckon Awadi was like in a command room at the back with multiple
you
screens?
can see him. There's a couple of times you can see him at the side.
I can, yeah.
I swear. On Jamie's side. You've seen behind Jamie at some point. I'm sure you do. We watched it not long ago. I'm sure you see him.
Having a bit of a joke with Matt now.
I'm looking forward to the video link joke. Can't wait for that.
Dun, dun, dun. There's two bounces and one of them's alright. The other one's scared.
I love those days where you could tell what song they were going to play next by a little.
Those days at
Oh yeah.
Cricket Club. I kept saying to my girlfriend, "Oh, they're going to play this next."
yeah.
But it was the old songs usually. It was like Teddy Picker and stuff. Like Jamie will go like down, like
yeah. He's like, oh, what's coming?
He wants to give you a... It is, man. I've been thinking about what you said in the podcast the other week about them they don't play any longer than they always have. And I've never thought about it until you said it, but I was like, yeah, why don't they play for like 2 hours? Why don't they play for 2 hours and cram more songs in?
I mean, if Springsteen's playing for 4 hours at like the age of 75,
they're still just doing 125, aren't they? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they could throw another extra half an hour in, couldn't they?
Yeah. Well, having said that though, that's how long they played for at Glastonbury. They won it hour and a half, and they played literally all the hits, and people still weren't happy, Dan.
Yeah, but they could have. Yeah, but imagine if at Cricket Club they'd done 2 hours and they'd done all the hits and more of the minutiae that we want as well.
More of tranquility in the car.
The minutiae.
Thanks. Alex hasn't put that in the song yet. Maybe next album. To be fair, if he didn't get it into 2 Shadow Puppets albums, I don't think he's going to now. Sore hands for Alex there.
All right, sort of comedy health book called Minutia That Veruca. One of my goals in life.
Some gentle comedy, dude.
Must be hot under those lights. What's I say that for? I like me nan. What did that happen? I start saying stuff like that.
Someone must be sweating. Must be sweating cobs. Cobs.
See the crowd there going for it. Look.
Going for it.
What more do you want of the crowd? They're doing a slow. They're doing a slow zoom on the crowd. What more do you want? Why would you want to see like? I get it, like, you know, like that Live Killers DVD was all right, and they had a lot of crowd interaction, but that's the Killers also have crowd interaction. It's like a Vegas show. Different styles, man. Different bands for different needs.
Another rock DVD. Another rock DVD that I thought of that I like. The Stone Roses one that Shane Meadows did. But the charm of that is that it's Shane Meadows going around meeting him and stuff like that. Like Shane Meadows just got a phone call one day. He's like, "Do you want to come and do a DVD for your favourite band reuniting?" He's like, "Fucking do I?" Jesus.
Oh,
it's just like it's a fan. You won't think it's shame. It's just like it's a fan doing it.
Well, he is that character, isn't he?
Yes, very much so. Very much so. Do we get some Jamie vocals, are we?
We get the little joke in this. The little change lyric. Nick nod.
We do.
You keep your eyes peeled, people, for the Alex and Nick. Change lyrics.
3 things I was excited for with that: the joke before Nettles about the video link and the certain romance ending.
I'm also excited at the trickery with "If You're There, Beware."
Oh yes,
there it is. Wait, he loves it. Oh, my favourite.
He gets it. What looks like, you know.
Do you reckon that he just said, I'm going to change it, or do you reckon they had a chat about it being Goblet? Oh, there's Jamie. There he is.
I love you, Jamie. So much.
So Rasputin.
Wild.
Call him Rasputin for his backing vocals.
I wonder if before this, they were like, maybe he'd not been doing backing vocals for the whole tour. And then before this, he's like, look, can we have a hiatus after this tour? Because I want to do this whole album. And then they're like, Jamie, give you a mic for this one. See how it goes.
You think we should be pausing this and having chats about it? Or?
No,
nah, probably not. I just noticed that the Mr. Schwartz made a joke and Alexa pissed herself.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Helders.
I bet he leaned into her and just went, Goblet.
Love's not only blind but deaf. Ooh, Helders then. That was a smash then. Ooh, look at him go. Not enough Helders yet in this for me. Here he is again.
A puddle forming under Alexa there. And me. Oh yeah. Oh, it's our last chance to see Jamie's thing, and we're not getting it.
I don't know about that. We might be forgetting something.
Oh yeah, he does lead vocals on 505 on this, doesn't he?
Oh God, does he?
Imagine Alex is like, don't fancy it, Jamie, come on, you up.
Oh. Ooh.
Balaclava out there?
Yep. Hard edit as well to cut out. It's just weird that they decided to cut that one out. Is the balaclava on YouTube? We know Bad Woman isn't because we had a.
I don't think it is.
Was it you that was trying to tell me that Bad Woman wasn't done at Live at the Apollo? It was done on something else.
I think so. Yeah, let me double check. Balaclava.
No, Bad Woman was
on
this. Bad Woman was at Live at the Apollo. I saw it on Wikipedia today on the track listing.
Yeah, we saw the clip of it, but it's just not on YouTube. But yeah. Balaclava's on YouTube.
But was it you that was trying to tell me that it wasn't? It was on a different gig. On a French gig.
I assumed it wasn't because they couldn't find it anywhere. But then we found it, didn't we, on the thing?
Right.
It was the French subtitles on it that threw me off.
Right.
No problem.
A lot of crowd stuff there. Oh, Jamie and Alex having a bit of a rat-a-tat-tat.
I do think he's very Pete Doherty in this era with his movements with the guitar and everything.
Why do you think they chose Manchester? Do you think because they were in Manchester before it and it made sense? Or do you think there's a bit of an affinity with Manchester? Or the venue was free, isn't it?
Venue available at short notice. Maybe IORD scoped it out. It's got like gothic decor and stuff on it. It's a cool venue inside, like old theatre, isn't it? Well, Jamie.
I was there a few months ago to see Tim Jeffries.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah.
I see a few months ago. It was in March, would you believe?
Likewise.
Oh, someone moving about there. Beard man.
It's crazy to think that at this point, Tom
there's
Rowley
two people
was
behind Helders.
Melbourne.
There's the cameraman in it.
Yeah, there's quite a few of them on the cameras. I think there's about 4 or 5 of them. Cameras.
It is an interesting choice, tracking shots, because it isn't normally seen on stuff like this, because you normally try and do the fast cuts to create the energy of the band, but a tracking shot
gives it its charm.
Yeah, for me, yeah. The tracking shot zaps all the energy out of it, but you get the band's energy, so probably wouldn't work for most bands though. They're a very energetic band, like a slow band, the tracking shots wouldn't really work, I don't think. But
what a scummy man. Just give him up the chance of a El Rocky if he can. You see it in his eyes, yeah, that he's got a nasty plan. I hope you're not involved at all.
Yeah, it would matter, because if they're doing tracking shots as well, they have to lay all the rails down beforehand for the route. So the venue would have to be right, the stage would have to be the right shape and size.
So that would exclude a number of venues.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to fit the band down the rails on, really. Must have been weird. I'd love to have, we should have, I really do miss not going, because it would have been fascinating to see people on dollies and tracks going around them while they were playing.
Yeah, would have been mad, that, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Oh, you see that? See that?
Because
they're laughing. Jamie's laughing at.
Go.
In the centre of Berlin at the moment. So if you wave, you might be on the screen. Yeah, in the centre of Berlin. And
last time Jamie smiled.
To do a link up later on. So yeah.
No, he smiled during the Brit speech several times.
Oh yeah.
Out of embarrassment. It's so embarrassing. So embarrassing. The crowd start shouting England.
You know we would have been though.
No, I wouldn't have. You know my despicableness nature for stuff like that. I would absolutely not.
You were young. We were both young.
Even then, I hated the English. Sorted on stench.
Get the shoes comment as well in the breaking this.
Well, because we recently watched this anyway.
Yeah, we did.
But proper muscle top that Jamie's got on there. I love Helder's trackies. Miss Helder's trackies.
He lost all of his foothold.
I never understand why people throw great shoes like that.
I bet it was a pair of rocket dogs.
Do you reckon he's saying that to Nick? Because he looks over to Nick. I think he's saying it to Nick, and then looks back at Helders as well for like approval of his little joke.
Helders is the comedy one, so you gotta get approval from the comedy one. And Nick, to be fair, doesn't need approval from Jamie on that.
No, he gets approval from Jamie on the music instead. You know the important stuff.
It's that thing that I can never quite.
With a smile in his pocket and a scowl on his face, there was nowhere to flee. So circumstance in the natural.
With a smile and a squint.
Louder, louder, marching powder!
Crowd delayed there. Well, get ready because you're about to hear a whole fucking 2 years of it. So fuck off.
Quiet. Quiet. It's all quiet. No, I understand. Sometimes you just want a bit of time. Just be quiet. Here is D is for danger.
What it's called, Alex?
In my memory, I always thought he went us at the end.
I always did as well.
Maybe the YouTube isn't. Mandela effect's really covering a lot of niche stuff. If
yeah. So he's still just on the same guitar for the whole set so far. How many guitars do you think he gets to do nowadays?
Sorry, I'm just Helder's like just making a average song immense with the end of the drumming at the end of this drum set now. If he does it again, I might do it again. He just amplifies it.
So good. No right being that good. No right.
He actually doesn't at this point. Here he comes again. Nick, get out of the way. As I said to you in our threesome the other evening. There he is. Oh, I did a little bit of a cheeky mouth open then. Yeah, hope you're watching, P. Diddy. Take me on tour.
This one's for you, Iggy.
Can sing too. Best BBs in Britain. BVs, sorry, not BBs. Not bareback. Might be. I could never find the exact polo top that had the little white lining on one side of the buttons for my Alex look that I tried to create with this. From this
plagued you ever since.
Yeah, and I didn't have his good looks. So. I couldn't pull off a jumper and skinny jeans like that, to be honest. I had different good looks. There's more than one way to skin a cat. There's more than one way to skin a pussy. Oh, good task. Right. Oh, it all looks a bit black and white, doesn't it? Oh, the screen's up. The screen's up. Screen up for stars in you.
This is Helder's finest moment.
At the time, this was one of my favourites as well. Ooh. No need for those little like drum rolls there. They're just so inventive. Most drummers would have just kept this beat for that intro. But he just has to do a random
little.
He just does a random spread across the whole drum kit like that. Like that.
Little look then.
Little look.
Oh, I love it. I love it when his voice used to do the little cracks.
Jamie's committing my cardinal sin as well of tucking in any kind of top into your jeans.
Oh shit.
T-shirt, shirt. Do you do that? Do you tuck a shirt into your jeans?
If I'm wearing like a shirt over the t-shirt.
Oh no, obviously that's fine. But I mean, when people just some middle-aged blokes do, they wear a polo top and they'll tuck the polo top into the jeans.
Oh no, not a polo. Never a polo. Oh, not a polo. No.
No, you can have a white t-shirt tucked in with a shirt over it, obviously. But I mean, like blokes that tuck shirts into the jeans and t-shirts straight in, or polo tops, or jumpers. Yeah. Forbid.
Oh yeah, not for that. It's very Tory, very rugby, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's what puts me off.
Going to watch the Six Nations in the pub.
Yes. Pair of boat shoes on.
Yeah.
Fucking heavy boat shoes.
Jeans.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oop.
Oh, I do love this tune.
Surprise, that's the prize. Yeah, maybe one day you'll learn what it's about. That isn't what it was. She's thinking he looks different. Bit of a bass bitter for Nick. Stolen from another man's grave, but you know, whatever. Oh, they lifted up the screen to display some nice lights.
Nice lights, yeah, I like that.
Yeah. What most people have on one garden fence these days.
Weirdly enough, we have outside, yeah. Well, they're multicoloured.
Nothing but observant. Not Christmas yet.
Oh, here we go.
Ooh. Ooh. I love a Tom hit.
Right, isn't it? So satisfying.
Both Toms as well.
Where's Jamie going?
With the drummer we had that was a heavy metal drummer had about 6 Toms.
Yeah. Ah, James. Did the I Walk You Up, What Time's the Bus come?
Nah, didn't bother. I think they rarely do it live. After the first sort of iteration of gigs.
Yeah.
This one's called For the Rest of the Lesson.
Yeah, damn right it is, Alex.
Alexa's gone.
Got to go
For
and
a
get
key,
a warm pint
probably.
of Carlin.
Is that Thingy from Peep Show, the kebab man? No, the camera on the left. Dog.
I'm still looking out for Iowadi, but I'm sure you see him on James.
I've never noticed him. You might have. I've never noticed him. Is that him there?
I'm sure he's got a camera at some point.
I've definitely looked intently. I mean, I've seen this so many times that I've definitely spent an evening just watching the sides, trying to see how hard he. I feel like it's when you're out with one of those mates and they get progressively more drunk as the night goes on and become more of a knobhead.
Yeah. which is what they had to do with Jamie at award shows.
Although none of them have any of them been drinking during the show. I haven't seen any of them go for a.
No.
I bet there was no Brandon alive. Could take the cans there. Mind you, I think they'd had enough. Iowadi went, nobody give the band any more booze.
We're going to be late, Roy.
Where does this rank in your favourite Arctic Monkeys live gigs that you can watch online or otherwise? My number one is still probably Glastonbury 2013 to watch.
Glastonbury 2013 is, yeah. I'm a big fan of the one in Mexico last year, Corona Capital. That's up there for me.
I'm still flummoxed as to why. I think they never released On Valley because they filmed On Valley, made a little documentary. They never released On Valley, and I think they shouldn't have. They did Live at the Apollo maybe too premature, and they should have just filmed On Valley. Because I'm telling you now, that was a gig and a half. Like on film, that would have
maybe
been.
Bits of it will pop up in the documentary that's coming out.
Hopefully.
It'd be interesting to see whether it's going to be just a documentary of the car era, the tour, or if it's going to be like a full wide-ranging thing. I'd imagine probably Car and Tranquility, maybe. I don't know.
Sorry, there's a Mac. Come on, I've gone.
I'm still looking out for Iowadi.
Oh, look at that, and he's singing. I love Jamie's guitar.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Thank you. I really enjoyed that, and thanks.
What did we?
I really mean it.
Sure, I saw Iowadi then.
I mean, he is there, so you know, it's not like that much of a thing for you to see him.
But I'm confident that you do see him in this. Wish he was. Maybe we'll have to deal with his brother-in-law then. All right.
That could be Iowadi there with his arms folded.
This is where we need full high definition.
I don't know if it's fine to say, it's hard to pick out skin colour. Is that bad to say?
No, under the lights and stuff like that.
You probably couldn't see for the lights, but Richo Iowadi was staring straight at you.
I think Alex had a proper look into the camera then as well. It's like, oh, the camera.
Fourth wall. I've still never got over, even to this day, that Alex puts his mouth on the microphone, even to talk. He does it in radio interviews as well, and no one ever said don't do that.
It's just him and Liam Gallagher.
If I did the whole podcast like this, it would be horrid.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, here we are. Oh, look at him go.
Oh.
Getting ready, Humbug ready. Humbug B-side ready.
On Jamie.
Ooh. Hello, you.
There's a beer on the drum riser there. In a top glass plastic thing.
It's supposed to be providing some kind of insight into the gig and stuff as we watch it, and you're looking for Iowadi and pointing out where the beer cans are. and I'm just making orgasm noises every time Helders comes on the screen. Our idea of a watch-along is just us watching it like we would together anyway. To be fair, there's not much really.
Imagine they do decide to remaster and release this, but they use this as a direct instead of a director's commentary. Been waiting 15 years for it to be remastered in HD, and this is what you
Forward
get.
by Nick Lee and Dan Holt. Duncan Mayhew.
Looking good, you.
It was a great reference, though. That's still a great reference.
Matt Higgins will get that.
Oh. Little book of sex tips. Forward by Duncan Goodhue.
I'm in two minds whether to set my jumper off, I'm honest.
We're on a different tour now, I believe, aren't we?
I never would have left it on this long, no. I don't know what's going on.
The frame 2R, is it next?
I think so, yeah.
You brought something up about it, I don't know.
Got the Gretsch.
He gets the Gretsch out for the frame 2R, I'm sure he does.
A couple more with it, and then
and if you were there, beware.
And if you were, it can't be already if you were there. Beware. Where are we on there?
What's that, Berlin?
I love you hear Helders piss himself immediately at that.
Yeah,
Who got a problem with it?
The laugh Elders does then, it always reminds me of the other bit in Friends where they find out where one finds out that Ross' mum. And he says, Ross is like, ask Joey. Joey saw it. He's like, you knew about this? And Joey says, knowledge is a tricky thing. And there's someone in the audience who's right next to the mic who does the biggest laugh ever. Listen, when you see it, you won't hear it.
Speaking of that, I saw someone on Joe Rogan or some American comedian, and the thing was calls out chat shows in America like Jimmy Fallon and stuff, and he was like, they tell the audience when to laugh, they get them onto buzz, welcome to TV, fucking hell, what revelations, it's all orchestrated to make an entertaining program. Ooh, you've really shown me the wheels within the wheels there. let's just take them off the air now. TV's not real. They'll be telling me that Towie's scripted next. Never be nice. It's a nice guitar, that, isn't it?
Lovely, isn't it? Probably my dream guitar. That.
Drummers never have multiple. Imagine if a drummer had multiple drum kits for a gig like guitarists have, and they just you had to wait 10 minutes while they set up. Does Nick change his bass at any point?
I think he does.
Does he go Rickenbacker Glory or?
Gentle comedy number 2.
Jamie's just so slinky, isn't he? So silky. There's just don't need it. Just plays. Loves it. Has a little bit of a jump to himself. Just in his own world, isn't he?
Yeah, it's like he's just playing in his bedroom.
Yeah. He's like me with a baseball bat in front of the mirror.
And you own a guitar.
I can't play it. No tune. I just hate tuning guitars. Oh, here he is. Oh, God. I feel sick.
Plastic Tramp time, innit?
What, backstage for Miles or?
He's just stuffed into the bins outside.
Sex
legs
doll.
hanging out.
Miles has got a sex doll in his changing room. Look at him. Proper scouse. That's proper scouse face, that, isn't it?
He's so scouse, isn't he?
He is so scouse.
And the only thing is, he's not even from actual Liverpool. He's from like the world. He's a wall, isn't he?
Well, I met a work colleague's cousin once in Brotherhood in town briefly, and he was just like Miles. He was Scouse, and he was just like Miles. Like they're all the same, aren't they?
All happy and teeth and ears.
Slimy, horrible, creepy. Ooh, you know what? Again, Helder's making.
Decent.
What happens? I forgot about the a cappella version in this. What happens then?
Ooh.
Miles with the turtleneck as well. Bringing that back. Before his time, it's all the rage now.
This is his best look, Miles, I think.
You don't like his skinhead and wrinkled tan skin and leopard skin shirts now? No.
No.
Yeah, he does seem like an aging sex pest, doesn't he? Now that's what the vibe he gives off.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's dressed like an old 70s sex pest that's moved to like Ibiza to see out his days.
The run from the law.
He's trying to dance without his guitar, bless him, but he don't know what to do, does he? I do the same thing. I don't know where to put my hand. I don't know where to put the other hand.
There's no at least with 505, you see stuff behind the keyboard.
You do a comparison of this to Last Shadow Puppets doing Bowie. He is very like fresh-faced, Miles, but then isn't he? Very good-looking chap.
Yeah, he looks too pleased with himself there, though. I don't like it.
Well, that's Miles's brand, isn't it? I really, if it wasn't for the fact that Alex loves him, I really wouldn't have any time for him. I don't think. No, we only joke. We don't mind him that much.
Yeah.
Although our jokes have sort of seeped into reality recently, and they were based on reality anyway. Actually, to be fair. Ooh, that's good. He's going for it with his Telecaster.
Love a nice guitar. It was in Man City colours, but can't have it on.
He's a good Telecaster, though.
You know which football team Miles Kane support?
Is it Liverpool based now? Everton.
What?
Everton.
Manchester United.
That's sacrilege for a Scouser as well.
He's not a proper Scouser. Wirral, innit?
Still, he's closer to Manchester than most Man United fans, so.
That's true.
Oh yeah, he's a typical. I can imagine him hanging out with Andy Goldstein. He's a typical like non-Manc United fan. Isn't he? Yeah, like Andy Goldstein's like the epitome of non-Manchester United fans, isn't he? Like from London, but loves the sort of Manchester scene. Do you know what I mean? They're the worst ones. The Mancs that aren't from Manchester are the worst Mancs.
Yeah,
Super hands from Wish, as we call Andy Goldstein.
Should we have a look and see how many times Miles Kane has been on Soccer AM?
Oh, he's definitely been on it. He's definitely done the bins, hasn't he?
No, I'd imagine he's shit at football.
Don't know. Probably exclusively referees at women's football. And he comes in the changing rooms halfway through and pretends he was looking for the toilet.
3 episodes of Soccer AM between 2018 and 2022. I'm surprised it took that long.
I can't believe how fast you found that knowledge. Yeah, well, he wasn't really. Yeah, to be fair, he did have dwindling viewing figures even then when he was now. So.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it died like 2006. It died then, really. It's been on for the 17 years.
See, Alex looked back then and him and Miles made like some eye contact. It was very sexual, but Alexa got jealous.
You wish you could write a song like this, don't you, Miles?
Hang on, Alex was brave having like Alexa like unmanned backstage with Miles roaming around.
Maybe that's where she went. She's in the dressing room now.
I might come up with a Miles related. We got to come up with a good. We're planning a Christmas episode, people, and we've had a few ideas about some guests last night, didn't we? But not famous guests, but more on that. But might come up with some kind of Miles round, some kind of Miles based, like a sort of Miles or not Miles, like I don't know, real things he's done compared to things we've made up like in Buzzcocks. I don't know.
I've been putting some stuff together for this quiz. So.
Oh, not a quiz. I just mean like for comedy segments.
Oh, no, I've got some Miles stuff for the quiz as well. We take the piss out of him though, but he does some lovely work on there.
He is excellent, to be fair, on this.
Shirt pillow in there. But Matt didn't even dream at this point that he'd one day have his own clothing line.
Well, if I just paid $23.99? Oh, $2. Okay. Sorry. Very echoey, that. Reverb.
Oh, yeah. Having a room.
Jamie's pedalboard there.
All day there on the riser. The Miles got it on with him.
Stella, that, innit? Bottles of Stella, that.
Actually picked up the one with written on it.
Bottles of Stella.
Nice.
Other beers are available. Feels weird that they're not ending with 505, doesn't it?
Odd, innit?
Jamie Jamie's refusing any interaction with Miles.
I know what he does. I know what he does backstage. I know what he does in his hotel room.
You stole my best friend. Nah.
Oh, his feet are barely pushing the floor behind the keyboard as well. Like a little Humpty Dumpty.
Oh, girl in the crowd there on the shoulders.
There's always one.
Miles wasn't looking, luckily. Oh no, spotted her. Back down.
Smelled her.
Skint. Perfect.
Wonderful. Well done, Miles. Paid for yourself there.
Yeah, you wanted a night out in Manchester, didn't you?
Alex going full Boris Johnson with his hair. Constantly.
Ooh.
Jumpers off.
That is a Rickenbacker, isn't it?
Yeah.
Rickenbacker is a bass guitar, for anyone wondered.
I don't think they were.
You never know, Nick. Might as well talk about the music at least once during this.
True.
I do love that. The drumming of... Although one of my... one of my favourite sort of Helder's drummings in a similar position is actually on Humbug. It's a drumming segment on Humbug, not Pretty Visitors, which is immense.
Ooh.
So we'll look forward to that. And it's early days as well. Early days.
Oh, I might have to listen to Humbug tomorrow now and have a look. Never see Alex with a capo, do you?
No.
Never see a monkey with a capo.
El capo. Wait, you do mean the thing that goes on a guitar fret and not a member of the cartel?
No.
That's that's Mafia.
We don't know what happened on the Mexico store. Anything can happen.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, I'll just go. I mean, if the drumming came first on this one, then you knew you had a song, didn't you?
Oh yeah. Oh. Just have a little break, Elders.
You have a rest, mate. There you go. Oh, did a little review from the afternoon nest then, didn't he? With the back in the light, head back in the light video. Thinking about Joanna. It's possible. Nah, timing.
She's with the King of Leon now, and that's something we've all got to look forward to.
Yeah, and he's with Louise.
Good old Louise.
Potentially his last lady of the night. Lady of the night. That's not nice. Lady.
That's not the phrase you want to be using.
No, it's not the phrase. No, I forgot what the phrase was.
Miles is gone.
Phrase. I was thinking of Strangers in the Night, and I got all muddled up. I do like all these little mixed shots like this. It's really cool in that sort of style.
It's really good, isn't it?
There was a TV show that adopted this style recently with Stephen Graham on Netflix. It was set in like over 3 different. Very good, kind of like weird sci-fi, but really good. Set over 3 periods. But they did this very similar to like the Apollo, where they'd have 2 scenes playing at the same time, and it would zoom into one and zoom out.
Well, that's well cool.
Yeah, a bit like that.
I need to get on that. Although I've just noticed they've put 6 Feet Under on Netflix. So
I think, is that not the American one? Netflix, because I tried to look for it on the British one, it wasn't there. Sometimes the posts mean the American one and not the British one.
I'm sure I don't follow the American Netflix.
Because it's really random, because normally all HBO stuff is owned by Sky and it goes on Now TV or Sky
exactly.
Atlantic.
That's what I thought.
In the UK.
Maybe it is. Oh yeah, because on Facebook it's just one page, isn't it?
I went on and Netflix just before we jumped on and searched 6 Feet Under and it didn't come on, which is a shame because I wouldn't mind rewatching it although.
Yeah. Yeah, it must have been.
Very good show if no one's seen it. 6 Feet Under. Alex here with he's got some great little boots as well.
Yeah, I love his boots. He's pulling off the jeans and boots there.
Wait, why are they doing Certain Romance? Oh yeah, they do Certain Romance now, don't they? Yeah. Weird that, isn't it? At the end, If You Were There Beware. Surely you do If You Were There Beware now, and come back on for View from the Afternoon and Certain Romance. That would be the...
Yeah, very strange.
There you go. Do you like that bass line, Nick?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Is that a picture of Alex on the drum kit?
Oh, I don't know actually.
It looks like Alex with sunglasses on.
I can't see him doing that.
For a laugh.
I lost the bet or something.
Agreed out there is no romance around there, you know. Oh, it's a funny thing, you know.
I always like the bit before the solo where Jamie and Alex have a little like emotion. It's an emotional moment because this is like the last time this song would be a regular, you know.
Yeah.
Although actually, looking at the set list, is it in the set list that you read before for the second? Oh no, yeah, so I can see what I was talking about.
I can't remember if it's on Humbug or not. I don't know.
I don't think it was much. I'm sure it
I
wasn't.
don't think so.
And that's when they started. 505 became the big closer. Then I think.
Yeah.
A couple of cans.
It's interesting because you wouldn't picture Rich Ayoade as being a fan of this type of music, really. But I think the job that, not just with Arctic Monkeys, but with the other bands he's done videos for, like Vampire Weekend, I can see him being a Vampire Weekend fan because he's probably into Paul Simon, and it's just a tribute act, isn't it? But
I don't know. I mean, do you even have to be a fan of?
I think he must be. No, I think he must be. To do such a good job, I think he must be.
With Arctic Monkeys, he must be, yeah. But you don't have to be for all of them, do you? A job's a job, innit? But like, I think you could direct a music video and not be a fan. In fact, most directors cut their teeth directing music videos and stuff. But with this, yeah, he's obviously, because he got Alex to write the music for his film, so he obviously is a fan of Alex in particular. So. I don't know. He was a lot. How old would he have been around this time? I don't know how old he was when he was in IT Crowd.
15 years ago, he would have
not that old now.
Late
20s.
Yeah, probably about late 20s, early 30s.
Our age now, late 20s. Yeah.
Don't put our age now in with late 20s. As nice as it felt for a second. Oh, he's either late 20s, 36, something like
I'm basically late 20s, aren't I? I'm a bit younger than you. I could have said that when I was 33, but now I'm 34. I'm happy to say that now.
Yeah.
I couldn't even say that I was 33.
Losing its luster.
Yeah. Oh, well. Here it is. Ooh. Helders. Do you ever think Nick feels a bit like awkward at first singing first album stuff?
Oh yeah.
People always forget that when they're banging on about I'm not playing the first album, that one of the members didn't write that album.
Yeah.
I love these. Cricket Club.
Yes. I wish we'd got that. That was filmed as well. I wish we got more of that.
I know. They filmed the one gig in Manchester that we've never gone to. That's why it's so annoying. They literally filmed the one gig I've never gone to in Manchester. I think that last shot was in America. Oh. I love Jamie's stomp hair. So dramatic. What was he even changing the pedal to for that bit? Like what? Just clean.
Necessary.
Oh, here he is, that fella.
That's Mr. Schwartz again.
Yeah, that's Mr. Schwartz there in the white t-shirt.
That's him, yeah.
Remember, he looked like a bit of a womble. Uncle Bulgaria. I was like this. We should buy a little 16mm and film a pod on it.
Don't tempt me, mate. Don't tempt me. Oh.
Could you stand a couple more?
I think we could, Alex.
I'm halfway there. I've got a Kodak retro Kodak. Oh, we should do more with that, really.
We should. It's a mucky Polaroid.
Can't get that. Can't put that on the internet. Physical copies. That's probably what Miles uses.
Regardless of what's gone before, I want to see all of the things that we've already seen. Larry girls around the window of the limousine was a fancy dress, and they're all looking quite full on in bunny ears and devil awesome.
Look like he put his arm in a weird position there, isn't he, Alex? Like that. I know it's the camera angle, but it looks like he's like going over.
Anticipation as a habit to set you up for disappointment and even entertainment. Tonight I'll be some love.
This will forever and always be a tune, and this is obviously the one with the multi-camera mats. So, have we got the multi-camera mats on YouTube? Maybe we should finish rewatching that as well. It's definitely on there because I've watched it many a night. Pants off. Oh, Jamie vocal watch.
Come on, Jamie.
Ooh. So good. I mean, you can just see why, like, aged 18, about to go to a club with a few beers before you make get the bus to town or whatever, why playing this song would be like amp.
Still do now.
Central. Yeah. Just without the, I don't know, with the knowledge that the night's not going to be like it was.
Yeah, never is. That's why I can't bear to go to the indie disco now. I think I could.
What are you talking about? Yeah. I do, but you just go somewhere like Fab Cafe where you can have a civilized drink in your mid-30s but still get the indie disco as well. Best of both worlds. Jamie vocals. Back to the old. The white guitar doesn't come out during this gig, does it? White guitar locked away now.
Let's see it again.
Just the black, same guitar but black. I prefer the white though. He probably played the white solidly for about 3 years though. To be fair, before they were famous. What's your first guitar?
Squire Stratocaster.
My first one was a Yamaha Pacifica, which was a lovely, nice guitar for someone learning, and then traded up obviously to the Arctic White Stratocaster.
I think I remember Yamaha actually.
Yeah, it was great. I still have that somewhere, you know. I never got rid of it because it's got stickers on it and stuff that we put on it.
Really?
So I never got rid of it. Yeah. So I can't remember where it is. It's in one of my storage places. But yeah, it's one of my I've got dens everywhere.
That sounded sinister.
I mean, what I mean by that is my girlfriend's mum's spare bedroom. I'm sure it's in there or something like that. Or did I have to get rid? I don't know if I had to get rid of it. Something got mold on it, and I had to. No, I think I still got it. It has stickers on it that we had.
Still got mold on it, and you have to get rid of it. A Miles problem.
Oh, that's a nice guitar, isn't it?
Yeah. 3 guitars in this.
Our favourite song of this era?
Yes, very much so.
Collectively. I wonder when we'll get. Do you think the favourite song when it will diverge? Oh, actually, it might be Humbug, mightn't it? So we both had the same favourite song. But...
Yeah. Well, the fire and the flood is creeping up there for me at the moment.
Ooh, we've got some interesting chat on that when it comes. I can tell you that. Oh, that's a. Yeah, I like that guitar. Here's how this hip hop moment. Here it comes. My favourite bit.
Call me P. Diddy. Earrings.
Not R. Kelly. Oh yeah. God, it must be knackering being a drummer, mustn't it? I mean, I know you get the adrenaline, but well, he's a young pup here, isn't he?
It makes me wonder how the drummers of like the 60s and 70s, well the 70s in particular, could do it with all like the drugs and drink and stuff like that, and smoking. Like, videos, I watched like live videos of the Who, and there's points where it looks like Keith Moon is just going to die behind them.
He did.
Dancing away, like. Eventually. That's why Pete Townsend is deaf, you know. Keith Moon used to always put a bomb in his drum kit. Basically, over the years, like, Pete Townsend lost his hearing. He didn't lose his life, though, so some might say that's a shame.
Live long enough.
The children who are in the video that he paid for. One.
Live long enough as a hero to see yourself become the villain. Here we go. I love it when you show strain that you do this. What hell does he's going? This is a cool, isn't it? That they show the next bit, the end bit.
Yeah.
In this bit, that's a really cool idea. I like that. If I'd have had my way on this tour and the gig, they would have been doing Only Ones Who Know right now in this little interlude.
Oh god, yeah, of course. Yeah, dream set list. A few episodes back, check it out.
Yeah, this is really cool. Although Alex does something in a minute here that I hate. I hate that. That knocks me sick.
Yes. Yeah.
I hate people throwing the guitar on the floor. It's just like that beautiful creation that someone's crafted, and you're just smashing it about the place. It really.
When I went to see Pete Doherty in the Puta Madres at the Albert Hall in Manchester, and when he finished, he picked up his electric. His wife was on the keyboard, and he basically throws it like over his wife's head to the roadie. He catches it every time, and I'm just like, oh man, this is a killer. Yes,
that guitar live. See, this is what the tracking shot is for. Bits like this, track the whole band.
Worth it just for that.
Yes. You must have designed the lights to have that effect as well, like. What a song! How could this not be in people's top?
What a closer!
Oh, that noise as well. Like. Alex, God, dirty man, dirty man. What Alex just did to that guitar is the equivalent of what Miles does to women. There's Jamie. I like this because Jamie does this little thing and they cut there. And that Jamie as well, ending the DVD. Like again, he's positioning the band. He's the one that ends the edit to the clip, and he ends that. He's pulling the strings, man. And the baby I'm yours to see it out. Oh, I like these clips. What have we got there then? Cricket Club.
Zach Nicholson was a camera operator. Do you think he's any relation?
Nah. Jobs to the boys. I always loved back then, particularly, and now to an extent, Helder's ability to be skinny and fat at the same time.
Weird, isn't it? Can't work out what is
chubby, I'd say, not fat, but he's skinny and chubby. There was a period during Suck It and See and stuff where he was quite muscular, but I can never work out what he's a bit like. He was a bit actually. Me and him have a similar body type actually. Slightly more flaccid.
And that's where the similarities end.
No sense of humour. I think. Actually, thank you very much. I think me and Helders have a right laugh together. Me and Helders have a good sense of humour. We'd vibe. We'd vibe.
Baby, I'm yours. Baby, I'm yours. And I'll be yours until 2 and 2 is 3.
Wonder where that beat, like Australia or something like that. I think it was Australia actually. I think it was Australia. I don't like Australia. Although I do have a newfound love for Australians actually over the past 10 weeks.
I'll do it.
Johanna Bennett there, getting the old
action. I love this as well, like showing all the road crew.
Roadie boys.
Nice sign.
I love it, the Apollo. I mean, cricket club. Me and you in the crowd there, young pups. There's Alexa dancing.
She's loving it.
Yeah, I bet she was.
I was.
What films? The one fucking gig we didn't go to. Outrageous.
Still writing and recording music. Arctic Monkeys, ladies and gentlemen.
I wonder how long it'll be for, like, what, about another 20 years? Miles will be on the lineup on Buzzcocks.
Yeah, as well as a police lineup.
Are we going to do Multicam Matt or Balaclava or something? Let's see it out with Multicam Matt. And then we'll. Have you not got it? Multicam Matt. Let's do Multicam Matt and see out. Balaclava is so anyway. Let's do Multicam Matt.
Video readers will be loving this, but the audio readers, they'll just get to hear View from the Afternoon again, and that's never a bad thing.
No, it's not. Video's
it's not a bad thing, anyway.
2.
Yes.
There he goes. Oh, that.
It's your moment, Matt. It's your moment.
I mean, this is superb. I could honestly, with the way they mix the sound, so you can hear the drums more as well over the music. Just give me the whole gig in this.
What was that? Stop it, Elders.
I think I always remember once showing my girlfriend this, and like at one point she looked at her phone, so I paused it and went, "No, come on, watch it."
That's why I'm not going to show anyone an Arctic Monkey video. By the way, we'll get it.
Is that a note? Read it out. Oh, a little cheeky. I mean, this he claims is before he kind of started going for it as well.
Yeah.
It always blows my mind being able to do that on the foot bit as well. You know what I mean? Do you reckon he can rub with a little laugh then? Do you reckon he can rub his belly and pat his head at the same time?
I mean, you'd hope so, wouldn't you?
I think that's a test before you start drumming school that you have to do.
Yeah,
you can't do that, then you can't do that, then don't bother. It just looks on the stream here. It just looks like I'm having a wank and patting my head.
Oh, you're not?
It's the only way I finish.
Specifically,
a little bit like much needed break there. Catch his breath. The wind knocked out of him.
One more started playing and he went, I'm gone.
Oh. Has he ever made a mistake as well? Or would you know, actually, I suppose, with a drummer? Would you really know? Unless they lost time in. I don't think you'd know, would you?
don't think there's a time he's lost time. There's been times where he's thrown his drumsticks in the air and lost them.
Oh yeah, but that's potluck every time, isn't it? Really.
He just waits for someone to pick him up. He doesn't like have himself another set. He's like, Alex, you just.
Yeah, you normally have like a few at your side, don't you? And... I need to sing as well.
Well.
Jesus. Oh, that is insane. But this is someone that taught themselves, and this was about 2 years into that adventure that he wrote this. That's insane.
Sickening, isn't it? Not fair.
Well, he worked hard and was good at something. That's the secret, Nick.
Have yourself a rest, Matt. Have yourself a rest. I noticed he's the only one wearing the monitor things as well.
Yeah, I think the drummer definitely has to, doesn't he? I think
singers
and stuff, not always necessarily, but yeah. Yeah, if he loses the music, he's fucked, isn't he?
Yeah, he's fucked. Yeah. When you do lose time. Well, this has been Series 2 episode. Oh, a bit of Madonna. Nice for Friday night. This has been Series 2, episode 29 of Don't Leave That Our Special.
So it's going to end on 30. That's nice.
End on 30. Speaking of which, what are we doing for number 30?
Number 30. What are we doing for number 30? 40.
Number 30. What are
we doing for number 30? Q&A. We're doing a Q&A, so... Well, we'll have recorded it by the time you hear this, so don't get your questions in. But we'll put it out on social media, getting the feelers out, and we'll be answering anything and everything you want. We've already got some questions, but we'd love more.
Yeah, we'll put a shout out on social media. Well, I don't know.
If we don't get enough questions, maybe we'll come up with something else to do. But I don't know. I mean, people don't want to ask us stuff, Nick.
I've got some good questions. I think you know how it goes. We'll have a few questions, and it'll just go off on tangents and expand and stuff. It'll probably be the longest episode yet.
I'm going to put it out on social media like every day on the run up for the next week until we record it. So, I'll do that and we'll get it out there. But Q&A, baby, end it, because we were doing it because we got 20,000 streams, but because we decided to do it at the end, we've now got like 26,000 or something. So, yeah.
Don't forget, if you've enjoyed this, go on the episode description, find all our links, like, follow, rate, review.
Don't cross the streams.
Do not cross the streams, because that's how you end up with an infection.
That's probably something Richard O'Addy said, isn't it? Don't cross the streams, Nick.
Don't cross the streams, Roy. I'm just imagining him in the IT crowd constantly. Right, let's go, because I've been home for like 3.5 hours and I've not had any tea yet, so I'm starving. Right, I will say goodbye to them, Dan. Say goodbye to them, Dan. Do it. Say goodbye to nice people. And the horrible ones. Well, there's not any of them.
Nah, there's not. Goodbye, my lover.
Bye, lovers.
Don't Believe the Hype is hosted and produced weekly by Nick Lee and Dan Holt. The music used in the titles is royalty-free music courtesy of Les FM. Don't forget to subscribe on your podcast player of choice to be notified every Wednesday when a new episode is released. And if you want to help us out further, be sure to like and review to help make us more visible to like-minded souls. We will see you next week with more of the same.
God. Yes, let's let you go get your suppers then.
Supper sing.
What are you going to have?
What are
you going to have?
I think there's some burgers. There's some burgers, and I think there's a couple of pizzas in the fridge. So I'll do some, maybe one of each.
Yeah, pizza. Don't say pizza. I'm now.
It's a bread-free pizza.
5 weeks into my non-bread.
Wow, you're brave man.
2 weeks till York. Man, that first fucking morning. You know, that Friday morning we go to get the train to York. I'm going to be fucking. Yeah, man. Fucking everything.
17 bacon sandwiches, please.
Yeah, honestly, I can't wait. So pizza's the hardest bit. Pizza's been the hardest bit. Everything else is fine. I can give up bread, easy, and pastry. But pizza's my whole thing. It's my whole identity.
I couldn't live without pizza. Genuinely couldn't. Just kill me. Oh, you'll do it, man. I'm proud of you. proud of you.
Right, no, we'll do
it.
You don't have to be. It's not like I was addicted to heroin and this is like my 5th week without any like sober and I got my chip or anything. It is just giving up bread, but it is hard.
It's time, yeah. It's time for the heroin. It's time for you to develop a smack addiction.
My entire Facebook algorithm now is just reels of pizza and if people making different pizzas because I've watched that many videos of it. Just constantly sending my girlfriend pizzas going, oh, can we get a pizza like this one? We can have bread again.
Delicious. Oh, God. Right, say goodbye to the nice subscribers, Dan.
Goodbye.
We'll see you next week for more subscriber chat and a Q and A, or a Q&A, as they call it. We need to do, for the last episode of the series, we need to do a big finish. We should intersperse it with footage of us, like they do with certain romance and that.
Yeah, no, we did. I did that. I remember I did that for the end of series 1, didn't I?
Yeah.
Did I do that actually? In the end?
No.
I planned to do it. No. I swear I did with these. I have to go back one. I swear I did something.
Series 1's dead to me now. We released it into the world and it's dead.
I intended to. Maybe I ran out of time. We'll have a bit of time. Well, I've only got 2 weeks to do it. No, we could do, yeah. Why not? Why not?
Cool. We'll have a little bit at Christmas as well. Yeah, I'm going.
Why not?
I've been out of the house for about 16 hours since I got up.
A man without a home is a man without a place in the world, isn't it?
Nah, he's got a place. It's just under a bridge or an underpass somewhere. Unless he's a plastic tramp, in which case he'll get. Let's go. Going insane.
Nearly midnight, and this is what happens, right? Open up early.